Imagine waking up, thousands of years ago, in ancient Egypt. No modern technology, no phones, no cars, just the Nile, the pyramids, and a world full of mysteries. Imagine waking not to an alarm, but to the first light of dawn painting the sky above the Nile. For the vast majority of ancient Egyptians, life was tied to the rhythms of the sun and the great river. Your day would begin inside a simple home made of sun-dried mud bricks, with a flat roof where you might sleep on warm nights. The first tasks were fundamental to survival. The rhythmic scrape of stone on stone would fill the air as women and children ground wheat and barley into flour. This wasn't a quick process. It took hours of hard work to produce enough for the daily bread, a staple of every meal. This same grain was the foundation for another essential, a thick, nutritious beer, which was a primary source of calories for laborers and a common form of payment. With the sun climbing higher, the men and older boys would head to the fields. Agriculture was the backbone of the entire civilization, completely dependent on the fertile black silt left behind by the Nile's annual flood. They guided wooden plows pulled by oxen, breaking up the rich earth to sow the seeds of life. In the drier seasons, they tirelessly operated the shadoof, a clever lever and bucket system, to lift water from canals and irrigate the thirsty crops. It was a life of constant labor, dictated by the seasons of planting and harvest. But it was also a life of community and shared purpose, lived out along the banks of the river that gave Egypt everything. In the relentless Egyptian heat, clothing was a testament to elegant simplicity and profound practicality. The fabric of choice was linen, woven from the flax that flourished in the fertile soil along the Nile. For men, the standard garment was the shenty, a simple kilt wrapped around the waist, offering freedom of movement for laborers and farmers. Women typically wore the calasiris, a straight, form-fitting sheath dress held up by two straps. While the basic designs were consistent across society, the quality of the linen spoke volumes. The wealthy adorned themselves in cloth of an almost translucent fineness, while the common person wore garments of a coarser, more durable weave. Almost universally, these clothes were kept white, a practical choice to reflect the harsh desert sun and maintain a sense of purity and coolness. But life wasn't solely about function. Adornment was deeply woven into the cultural fabric. Jewelry was a vibrant expression of status, piety, and personal identity. Both men and women decorated themselves with elaborate pieces. Broad collars, known as waisek, were crafted from intricate patterns of faience beads, carnelian and turquoise. Wrists and ankles were circled with bracelets of gold and silver, and fingers bore rings often carved into the shape of sacred scarab beetles. These weren't just trinkets, they were powerful symbols. Amulets in the shape of the ankh or the Eye of Horus were worn to provide magical protection, connecting the wearer to the divine forces that governed their world. Perhaps the most iconic feature of the ancient Egyptian look was their dramatic makeup. Far from being a simple cosmetic choice, it served a critical dual purpose. Both men and women outlined their eyes with thick lines of black kohl. This not only created a striking almond-shaped gaze, but also had practical benefits. The lead-based mineral paste was believed to have antibacterial properties, helping to prevent eye infections carried by dust and flies. It also worked to reduce the blinding glare of the sun, acting as the world's first sunglasses. Similarly, green eyeshadow made from ground malachite was applied to the eyelids, thought to invoke the protection of the gods. In this way, beauty and belief, practicality and protection, were blended together in the daily rituals of life. Religion was everywhere. Temples were the center of life. People worshipped gods like Ra, Osiris, and Isis. Festivals, rituals, and prayers were part of daily routines. The pharaohs, seen as gods on earth, ruled with absolute power. Their authority was not just political, it was divine, a mandate from the heavens that could move mountains and command a nation's entire resources towards a single, monumental goal. This divine will manifest it in the most ambitious construction projects in human history. It began in the quarries, where immense blocks of limestone and granite were painstakingly hewn from the earth. Workers used copper chisels and hard dolerite pounders, but their most ingenious tool was simple wood and water. Wedges hammered into cracks and soaked would expand with incredible force, splitting the very bedrock. These colossal stones, some weighing dozens of tons, were then transported over vast distances. They were floated down the Nile on great barges during the annual flood, then dragged across the desert on wooden sledges. Archaeologists believe the path was lubricated with water, a simple yet brilliant technique to reduce friction and allow a team of men to pull unimaginable weight. Imagine watching the construction, a city of skilled laborers, engineers, and scribes working in perfect coordination. Without modern machines, they raised these mountains of stone using sheer human strength, meticulous planning, and unparalleled ingenuity. Each block, a testament to their collective will, was precisely placed to create a stairway to the eternal stars, a monument built not for a lifetime, but for all time. Life would be hard, hot, and physically demanding, yet it was full of community, culture, and mystery. Every sunrise brought work, worship, and the endless Nile. So, could you live like an ancient Egyptian? Imagine the world without modern conveniences, and let your imagination take you back in time.